I have the cold cream, the hot cream, and the massage oil. We start. Massage oil smells like menthol. It smells therapeutical. She's like, yeah, I love this product. Put it on. And she moves on to the hot cream. Puts it on her leg. She's like, oh yeah, it smells amazing too. And like, I
People
really,
at the restaurant, like,
yeah.
what the fuck is happening over here?
What did
I'm
you
having
do?
a steak and I'm smelling fucking menthol. What the fuck's happening?
And it really
There's
happened.
lavender. What the
people,
fuck is going on?
people were actually looking at us. I'm like, what
And
the?
you just see these two guys, oh, fuck, yeah. look at my
Yeah,
arm.
what is this? Like Marie Clarence, whatever products?
Matt, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me on the show, Steph.
Hey, man, we've known each other now for what?
Was it pre-pandemic?
I don't remember if it was during the pandemic or pre-pandemic.
I think if it was probably just before the pandemic.
Something like that.
But it has to be somewhere around 4 years that we've known each other.
I would say, I was
Yeah.
going to say 4 to 5 years,
Yeah.
but definitely some of the most painful moments of my But I remember because I was talking with Hajar, which is one of my girlfriend's friends.
Exactly. Sonia's friend.
yeah,
She's the one who had reached out to me initially
Yeah.
to take an appointment for you.
Yes.
That's it.
And I remember I was like, I'm looking for someone that is just gonna fucking like I need a deep massage, man.
Yeah.
Like I really need a massage
Yeah.
because I'm aching. This is painful. And I remember you came in and they were like, yo, this guy he massages Idris.
Yeah.
And Idris is a fucking monster.
Yeah. He's a big dude.
He's a fucking big dude. His neck is my body, you know?
The size of your quads.
You know, I'm like, holy shit, he's this big guy. And I remember Ajar saying that you give him a massage and you can, and when I saw how big he is and you
Yeah.
could give him I'm like, holy fuck, okay.
And a few of Idris's friends too. Like I got introduced to him. Obviously, this guy goes to the gym like crazy.
Yeah.
So we have this entourage. Back then, he lived in Laval.
Yeah.
And was training with one of my buddies called Reggie.
Okay.
That's how we came to all meet together.
Okay, that's how the whole connection happened.
Exactly. And it's just a gang of big dudes, man. They're like
Fucking monsters,
humongous.
these guys. So I'm not close to being that guy, right?
No.
You're like,
I
not even close.
kind of became the go-to guy. If you're a big dude, call this guy.
But then
He's got your back.
But then, you know, I remember when I saw you, I said, how the fuck is, because you're dude, you're fucking strong, but it's size-wise compared to like
Yeah.
Idris or whatever. I'm like, are you sure this guy is going to be able to like, and yeah, maybe, dude. And then when you gave me that first massage,
Yeah.
I was in the most pain, like my eyes exploded from it.
Yeah.
But I never felt so good after a massage in my life.
Afterwards, yeah. You always have this 24 to 48 hours of,
Dude.
you feel like you're sore.
Yeah.
After the massage, as if you haven't been to CrossFit in, I don't know, 6 months. You go back, you start lifting these weights that you did lift before.
Yeah.
And you wake up the next morning and your body is a total wreck.
Oh my God, that's how I felt. I felt like I got physically abused. I swear to God, dude. I remember finishing that first massage.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, what did I do? You know, like holy shit, what the fuck happened? Then the next day, I'm like, oh man, I'm sore.
Yeah.
The day after that, I remember even during the massage, I felt like my body was just like it had opened up finally.
Yeah.
And like I remember like fucking fluids were going through, like I felt it. And then 2 days after, I had never felt so good.
Thank you.
For massage.
Thank you very
and
much.
And ever since then, it was like, okay, I gotta get a massage. It's one person I'm calling.
That's the guy.
And then through like the 4 or 5 years now, I feel like we've become friends.
Yeah.
I feel like we are
Yeah,
friends. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I feel like that too.
I feel like, and you know, and over time, like just getting to know you, what I loved about you and why I wanted to have you on the show is hopefully get a discount on massages in the future. But
Next one's on me, brother.
But it's the idea of you're passionate about life.
Thank you.
You're an adventurer. You love traveling. You love trying new things. You started a new business now that is starting to take off, which I'm super proud and super happy for you.
Thank you very much, man.
And there's all these things that you always want to try. You're training hard. You're running a marathon. So there's so many things happening that I think, to me, it was a story that I wanted to get because I know you as Matt now from the last 4 years.
Right.
But I'd love to know a little more about all the things that happened that turned you into Matt today.
So the younger version of
Yeah,
myself.
just you, man. Like, I'd
Yeah.
love to know how this excitement for life, this idea for training all the time and like getting your body in shape. Like, was there a time where you weren't in shape and you didn't care about these things? Like,
Maybe when I was younger, like I remember pictures of me at my parents' place, but I was like under 10 years old, right?
Yeah.
And I had this belly, this pot, and I don't know, just like eating chips or whatever. But
chips.
who doesn't love them, huh?
Good
Man, I
chip.
hadn't had a chip in probably
Oh yeah,
years.
I think I had one yesterday.
Oh, yeah? Which flavor?
It was a shitty one. It was like Lay's original. That was all there was there. And I was like, oh, fuck,
tell
I'll
about
take it. I was like, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But yeah, man, I think what I started off doing martial arts as a kid. That was like my first passion. I did taekwondo and karate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know you did that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I knew
At
that
a
you were doing
younger-
Muay Thai.
Now,
but I
I've
didn't
been
know
doing
that you-
Muay Thai for the past 14, 15 years now.
Oh shit. Okay.
Just started getting into like boxing, the past 2 years maybe. But of course, Muay Thai has been my martial art that I've been training the longest and which I love the most, man.
Yeah. Why? What is it about Muay Thai that you love so much?
And you know, I even traveled to Thailand. The culture behind it,
Yeah.
the art of the 8 limbs. I remember watching a video which got me into Muay Thai, where there was this Muay Thai fighter, and he was going up against like karate fighters, judo fighters,
Yeah.
whatever, you know. And back then, like in UFC, the first UFC events was a karate guy versus a
Yeah.
sumo wrestler or
Yeah.
whatever.
It was
would
the
do
most random shit going
crazy
crazy.
matches.
Yeah.
And so I can't remember the name of the Muay Thai guy, but he was just demolishing everybody.
Did you ever see? You just reminded me of a documentary that I saw. I think it was the Gracie family.
Yeah.
They did this documentary, and I don't remember. I think it was Joe Rogan that actually had spoken about this
Yeah.
documentary. So I said, "What the fuck is this
I
documentary?"
think what you saw was like the 30th anniversary of UFC.
No, this was just the Gracie family.
Yeah.
And they showed that he was kind of like the best fighter. I don't know if it was Hoyce.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Royce Gracie.
Hoyce Gracie, something like that. He was
But
the
he's
older
the one who won. He won UFC 1.
Okay, so he won,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden they had shown. So is that UFC 1 where it was all these different fighters from around the world, and they kept on fighting over and over?
Yeah, of course.
Dude, that was insane.
Yeah.
Insane. There was this one Asian fighter. He was this small guy.
Yeah.
And he made it to the end, but he got a fucking beating in every single match.
Yeah.
But he beat the other guy.
Yeah.
And then he ends up coming to the final match against Gracie, and he ends up losing to Gracie in the final. But it was absolutely, when you think about this like whole like tournament, it was a tournament style of crazy fighters, one after the other, just going at it.
And that's it.
It was amazing. What a great documentary.
Back then, MMA didn't really exist.
Yeah.
You were either a karate guy, a judo guy, a sumo wrestler, a
Yeah.
boxer.
Yeah.
They even had a division for street fighters.
Yeah.
Guys like, remember Ken Shamrock?
Yeah.
That's
You know, I remember Ken Shamrock from
From the
WWF.
wrestling.
Yeah.
But Ken Shamrock, I don't know. I think he had like a thing like in Hollywood, like he was doing movies or whatever. Super buff guy, like crazy
Yeah.
muscular. And that's it. At one point, I think that was UFC 2 or UFC 3. I can't remember.
Okay.
I'm turning 38 in 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and UFC just celebrated their third year. So I was a kid when we
Yeah.
were watching. I remember going to, it wasn't called Blockbuster back then, but I went with my older brother, and
Super
we.
choix.
It was called Video Rituel.
Rituel.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds like a
And,
porn company.
And you could rent like Nintendo 64s.
Yes.
Like I think PlayStation existed back then or whatever, and you could rent it by the hour.
Yeah.
And we used to go into this like little spot, and they had the UFC tapes, and you had to be 18 or over. We had our parents sign. Okay, my kid is like 10 years old, but
You could watch the people beating the shit out of each other.
Oh man, great memories. And that's it. I went with my older brother by foot to the Video Rituel because it was the closest one to our
Yeah.
house back then. And we just got back home and popped these UFC cassettes in the VHS players.
And it just like totally got you immersed.
That's what
into-
like kind of changed it. UFC obviously changed the game on martial arts.
just fighting. The whole like boxing. Just I when that came out, and I'm not a huge like boxing or UFC guy, but I could understand the attraction to UFC. UFC is phenomenal. Like the
Yeah.
whole idea of it, only a few certain amount of rounds. You could do anything you want. It's like you're two animals going in there, and
Yeah.
like, but then they're the nicest guys. You know, it's like, and then they're
Yeah.
hanging out. It was such a like a breath of fresh air from boxing at one point, like the kind of the old school boxing.
Yeah.
Like there was an amazing Tyson era that I loved out of the '90s. But then after
Everybody
that, the
did.
heavyweights were amazing. There was even the middleweights that were really cool at a certain point.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of like UFC came in and just took over everything.
It wiped out
Yeah.
the division. Well, not the division, because obviously boxing still exists and it's a very lucrative business still to this
Yeah.
day. But UFC definitely made it, and it took a few years though. It
Yeah.
didn't. It took a few years for them to really
Find
their niche
Yeah.
and get the business rolling. And at the beginning, they had basic rules. You're not allowed to hit in the groin area, and that's pretty much it.
Everything else?
Everything goes after that. Guys had no gloves. I think they were like bare knuckle.
Yeah, it was crazy
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, it was crazy.
So okay, so you're getting your fix at the video store, and that was
Yeah.
kind of like I'm getting into martial arts. That was kind of the
Well, no, because I was young at that point, and I was training karate and taekwondo, but then it just opened me to other divisions because that's it. Back then, we had no internet, right? We couldn't necessarily see what was going on in the world,
No.
but those cassettes, I was like, wow,
Yeah.
oh my God, there's other things than karate and taekwondo. There's
Yeah.
other divisions, right?
Yeah.
So so I just started training, but at that point I was getting into like I was becoming an adolescent, and for some reason I kind of switched. I put martial arts away for I'd say like a good 10 years.
Oh yeah.
And I became a skateboarder. Remember when Tony Hawk Pro Skater?
Oh, man, that
was-
was the heyday of like skating. Like that was there was the 80s like BMX stuff, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden Tony Hawk and that whole stuff of like X Games
Yeah.
just
That
fucking
started-
went crazy.
Yeah, they built a skate park
Yeah.
in our school, in the backyard of our school, and at that point, I felt like being
the
a martial artist wasn't as cool.
Yeah, there's always a cool factor.
Yeah, and then like
So which girl was it that you found hot? That was the one that
the skater chick?
There's always me too. I was like, oh, sports, or maybe I was okay at sports. I was like, whatever. And then all of a sudden I started picking up a guitar, and and I had more girls that were noticing me. I'm like, you know what? Fuck sports.
Yeah.
I think I'll play guitar a little
Yeah,
more.
plus you get to this age, like you're 13, 14, 15 years old. Like at 8 years old, you're not interested in girls and
Yeah.
women, right? Like, but at 14, 15, you
it's
start
kicking in.
changing, and you're like, man, okay, I'll start hanging out where the chicks are. You know?
And then you think you're so cool and all that.
Oh man, the good days, huh?
Yeah. Anyway, so you go to the skate park.
So became a full-fledged skateboarder. I was actually very, very good at skateboarding. Sorry, I've always had this athletic body. I consider myself an athlete, pretty much. See, like in the sports, like we had phys ed, basketball, I was good. Soccer, I was good. Ice hockey, I was good. I'm not too much of a good skater on the ice, but like if we played like hockey, cause I'm like ball hockey, whatever. So I kind of have this athletic body, and I became really good at skateboarding. So started skateboarding with like a local crew, and I didn't travel. Some of these guys were traveling to California back then. Those were like the crazy spots where if you wanted to get sponsored and everything. Didn't make it to that level, but locally I'd say I was known locally for my skateboard skills.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Oh, shit, I didn't know that.
And then from there escalated snowboarding, like both of them went hand in hand.
Yeah.
I was never as good snowboarding that I was at skateboarding. Skateboarding was my thing.
Yeah.
And then that's it. After that, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, you're like, man, I got to work, right?
Yeah.
I was studying. I started my massotherapy, where I did my school for massotherapy, and so I started working physically with my hands, my body. I'm learning the techniques and everything. And skateboarding, bro, it takes a toll on you.
I can imagine.
If you bail, you hurt your arm, you're scraped up, there's blood everywhere. I'm like, I can't go to school. like being buggered up. Like I can't have like
Yeah.
a body that's all messed up,
Yeah.
right? So after that, and then my friends start having girlfriends, start putting skateboarding aside.
Yeah.
The clubbing era
Yeah.
starts to come
The
into
best
play.
and worst thing that could ever happen. It's like you have so much fun, but you put all kinds of shit to the side at a certain point.
When
Like
you start
once
clubbing?
when the partying hits, you're like, because you're practicing skateboarding how many hours a day?
In
At
my
that,
prime time, all summer.
it was like you were every time it was a nice day.
Man,
You're,
yeah,
dude, I remember I used to play guitar. 4 hours a day, no problem, all that stuff. All of a sudden, you start meeting girls. It goes on to maybe 3 hours, and all of a
yeah,
sudden, your band is doing well, and you're going to do all these things, and the partying starts, and you're like, maybe I'm only practicing an hour a day now.
yeah. Or
And
you're
then-
just practice.
or you're just kind of getting through stuff enough
Yeah.
for the practice with the guys, you know?
Yeah, or you practice like, okay, practice is on Wednesday night. That's the only time you practice in the week.
Yeah, it
so
changes, yeah.
it doesn't advance as fast as Yeah, I hear you. But then again, I think it was a cool phase.
It was a time to move. Like it was that phase.
Yeah. And then again, like you meet new friends. I had a job too, so everybody was pretty much the same age. So everybody started clubbing together, going out. And once again, we had no social media back then. You remember, we're pretty much the same age, right? So if you wanted to meet people physically, you had to go out and you had to meet people. There was no like chatting online. Well, at that point, there was a little bit. Sorry,
But it wasn't still the norm. It just wasn't like the first go to.
No.
Whereas like now it was like
I'll send you an email, but I won't ask you out on a date via email, right?
or via text. You know what I mean? It's not
Yeah.
gonna happen. It was still like kind of meeting, buying a drink, and kind of a bit old school.
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly. So I think same. What happened to you with the guitar kind of happened to me with skateboarding at that era in my life. So everything kind of like, and you start making money. Like you want to go out,
Yeah.
you buy your first car, and then you have like the privilege to go wherever you want to go.
Yeah.
And things just like, I don't know, naturally drifted to another group of people. But that lasted a few years, and then I felt like I had to come back to the roots of being.
What happened? Like, was there something kind of that you could think
I just
of?
got fed up of it.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was tiring at a certain point.
Yeah, like you go to bed late, and naturally, like I come from a family where we've always ate super well. Like my mom always cooked, and we ate real good food.
Yeah.
And clubbing, you know what happens?
Yeah.
You get out of the club at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. Where's the go-to? McDonald's or a hot dog and
Yeah.
this. You wake up the next morning, even though if you're in your 20s, like, ugh, I just feel like I drank. I ate crap before going to bed.
Yeah.
I just don't feel good, Like I don't like this feeling. This is not me. So that's it. Lasted a few years. I'm actually very happy that I did it. Like I still have some friends that I met in that era that I'm very cool with, and we have all kinds of crazy stories.
Oh yeah. There's
Yeah,
there's always one.
yeah. But I don't know. At one point, I just like woke up in the morning and I'm like, this shit, like I've been there, I've done it too much, and something just clicked, man. I'm like, I think I'm gonna start Muay Thai. I want to get back into shape. I haven't studied a martial art. A martial arts will teach you hard work, dedication, like grit. You have to be there. Then again, like you're physically hit too, but it teaches you how to be tough, right?
It's so funny you say that. I was taking some Taekwondo class, then I got a bit like schedule was a bit crazy, and I haven't been in a few weeks, and I wanted to go back. And you're right that when you do it, you kind of just it puts you back in place almost, like in a sense of getting hit. It reminds you of like how you are in your body.
Yeah.
Like if you can take the hit, like physically, when someone fucking kicks that bag and you're holding it and you kind of like you wobble and you're like, whoa, like how come I feel so weak right now? Like it's almost like it's an instant wake up call of like wake up, and then you kind of you
Tough
have
it
to tough it up. Like
Yeah.
you got to get through this now.
Yeah.
You got to hold the bag properly, because if you don't and it slips, he's kicking you in the face right now.
Yeah, and that's serious damage.
And then it's gonna hurt a little more than that bag, right? And it does something to you getting back into a martial art. And I never done martial arts. I only started now, like the Taekwondo. I mean,
Okay.
40 years old. I've started now.
Okay.
And I'm like, this is I could understand the value of like starting this young and like I see the value of it. It wasn't just like to kick ass. It's actually the kicking ass is the last part.
Yeah, of course. It's everything that comes like,
Yeah.
okay, like now at the point where I'm at right now in my life, like I am working a lot. As mentioned, I started the new business, so but it's set in my schedule. Like
Yeah.
I cannot not go to Muay Thai
Yeah.
once or twice a week. And now I'm starting to incorporate things in my schedule that are for me, for myself, like my time, physical activity, and I don't think you can pay me enough today to say like, okay, you're gonna skip Muay Thai this week. No, man, it's important. We were talking.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Yeah,
Sure.
we were talking a little bit before how mental and physical they go together.
Yeah.
And that's it, man. So slowly started getting back into. Well, actually started Muay Thai after my era of clubbing,
Yeah.
and I got into it, bro. With a passion. I was like,
That's amazing.
yeah, this life of clubbing and going out and partying is dead and buried, you know?
Yeah.
Like now I'm that type of guy. I'm a little like over the top too, or like I'm a very passionate guy. So
Yeah.
when I get into something, like I'm either all in or all out, right? And just started training Muay Thai 5 times a week, you know?
Holy shit.
From clubbing to Muay Thai.
Yeah.
And
It's always and then you're like, holy shit. Okay, like maybe 4 times.
but it was good. I think that's exactly
Yeah.
what I needed
Yeah.
at that point. And now like I'm able to pace myself a little bit more, and that's it. Injuries also came. Like the reason why I stopped skateboarding were because of the injuries, and that's one of the reasons why I dozed off a little bit from Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Because getting kicked and holding those bags, you wake up the next morning, your forearm is black and blue.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, man.
Gotta go back. You know,
Yeah.
it's like,
I have 5 massages to give today. Like I have to physically be in shape for my work too, right?
Yeah.
So slowly pace myself a little bit more. And yeah, that's where I got introduced as well to yoga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause, that's what I like about you, Matt, is that you're always trying to find ways like to better yourself. Like you see
Right.
something, because you could stay in Muay Thai, never, and then all of a sudden you'll touch yoga. Then
Yeah.
I know you'll do like Wim Hof. You'll try it.
Yeah.
You'll do like you're trying all these things because you're trying to like find something either like to better yourself, but at the same time, like how can I offer even more to my clients? Like I see like
Right.
the way you are. You always bring it back. Like, okay, you're bringing this back, and we're talking now. And you're like, have you thought about this? Have you learned about that? This is what I'm doing. And it's like someone that's not just giving a massage, but it's like you're talking to someone that's probably tried most of these things and has some sort of perspective on it.
And that's where I think where in my line of work, it comes where athletes trust me.
Yeah.
Because this guy's telling me his problem. Like I know that you ran the marathon last year, and I'm currently training for the marathon in Ottawa, which is 8 weeks away. So when somebody comes up to me in my line of work as a massage therapist, I understand the functionality of the full body. Like,
Yeah.
okay, let's say this client is running marathons, so I know which muscles I have to target. If this guy is fighting Muay Thai, I know which muscles to target as well. So for me, being on the field and trying different sports makes me understand my client much better as well.
Well, I remember even when we started, with the massages and I was doing the marathon.
Yeah.
You were saying it like you were focusing at certain parts on my legs to help me. Like even on massage, and then even post marathon.
Yeah.
Of like how to help me, because I told you about my calf. It was all fucked up after. So it was like I felt like I think what you do well as a therapist, as a massage therapist, is that you actually listen, and it's like this dance that you do with the client.
Right.
That's what it feels like. It's
Right.
like, okay, you're listening. Okay, this is what's really a problem. Then you're testing. Okay, is this, how's this feel, and all that. And then you come in and you're like, okay, great. Now let me do my work. And then that's what I always found was different from most people that I've ever worked with. And then it was also, you just, cool guy, dude, we get along. And that always helps, But it's the idea. Then when I saw that you had switched it over to this business now, of the kind of extending the branch of what, Matt's not just a massage therapist. There's all these products that come in with it.
Yeah.
What drove you now to say, okay, I'm doing all this stuff, but I want to start these products?
right?
And what are the products exactly? Like, I know what they are, but I mean, someone that's listening doesn't know what they are.
Cool. So we have, which initially were the 3 products for the brand. So we have a massage oil. I have a hot cream for muscle tension and a cold cream, which beats muscle inflammation.
Okay.
And I'm so thankful. I have a beautiful entourage. I have some good friends. And it's okay if I mention people? Yeah? Okay, cool, man. So I meet this girl. Her name is Kaliane. She's the owner of La Natura Casa, which is in Saint-Jérôme.
Okay.
She only works with 100% natural products, right?
Well, and that was, I remember you mentioned that was like super important for you. You didn't want to fight, because I guess because of always like eating well, even in training. Yeah. Like, I remember you were always like, it has to be natural. I don't want this shit.
Yeah, of course, 100%. So I meet up with her. I meet up with her at Idolem Hot Yoga. And we start talking, back then, that was before the pandemic. I had a room inside of a yoga studio, which I was giving massages there. So her and I, like, we kind of hit it off. We get along well. She's like, let me book an appointment with you. Cool. Yeah. So we booked the appointment, and the products that I was working with prior to meeting her were packed with petroleum, like all kinds of bad products for your body, right? Yeah. So she's in the business. She's been in the business for years. So she kind of like picks up the bottle and she's like, I can't believe that you've been working with these products for so many years and you're applying it on your customer's skin, And it had never really dawned on me. Like, I work with what's available, right?
Yeah.
We have a massage store, same as you. You have a guitar shop or whatever. Yeah. For us, there's massage stores and there's all the products available, whatever, and which one works the best. And I had, over the course of my career, of course, I had tested them out, and these were the products that I preferred the most. Like I said, she picks them up and she's like, I can't believe that you've been working on this. Like, our skin is the biggest organ of our body, right? So you should never put something on your skin that you would never put in your mouth, right?
I never thought of it that. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, I never thought of it from that perspective. Like, it literally sucks up everything you put on it.
Of course.
So what's the difference between putting it on your skin or in your mouth?
100%.
No.
So she kind of shoots me the idea. I knew her line of products. And like, she put a little seed in my brain. Like, if ever you wanna start your own line of products, I can hook you up with my lab, which is here in Montreal.
Okay.
And I could put you guys together. You guys could meet and you could just discuss products and
possibilities. Yeah, just see what happens.
Yeah. And thought about it. And I'm like, you know what? I woke up one morning. Let's do it.
What happened that morning? What changed?
I just decided to go for it. I like challenging myself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let's go meet these people. Let's go see what they have to offer. Let's go see if it's like the first time that we met, we kind of like got along, like chemistry was good.
You just know right away something works.
Like, all right, these people are cool. Like, I trust 100% Kaliane. So start talking about the project, and that was the most amazing part, man. Which I mean, now, like, it's distribution, it's different, but so start talking with them, and I'm like, all right, green light, guys, let's do it. Like, let's create together 3 products, 100% natural. Like, I knew what I wanted because I knew what I've been working. I know what I've been working with for 20 years now.
Yeah.
So let's do that. But I want 100% natural. I want my own smell. I want my own texture on the skin. Like, I want it to be perfect, right? So that was crazy. Oh man, it's such an amazing, incredible process to.
What was it that you found so incredible about it? Because for some people it sounds daunting, like when they have to take on these big things of like, now we're gonna create something. So like, oh my God, how do I start? What do I do? And for you, you're looking at it now and you're saying, I love, like, if you put yourself back then, what were your thoughts walking into this? It was exciting?
Excitement.
Yeah.
100% excitement. You're like, I am starting with a blank page, right? I know, like, these products kind of all have the same products in some, like the name ingredients, I
Yeah.
should say. And so it's just starting with a blank page.
Yeah.
I have to create my own line of products. So back and forth with the lab, they were sending me like small samples. Go ahead, test this out. Give a massage to whoever. Check out the smell. Check out the texture. Just check out everything. Then after that, going back and forth. I would put a little bit more this and there. Didn't like the smell. The texture was off a little bit from here and there. Back and forth was just an amazing process. And in you always have this crazy excitement where you're creating something for you.
Yeah.
And I kind of had this Fubu, you know that company,
Yeah.
the clothing
Yeah.
company.
Yeah.
And while I was creating these products, I'm like, I had this mentality, like, this is for us, by us.
Yeah.
You know, like all these massage therapists, I have, obviously, I'm a massage therapist, so I have a lot of therapist friends, right? I was just telling them, like, yo, man, I'm creating something for us. We've all been working with, I don't want to call them
Yeah.
bad products or whatever, but I'm creating something much better for us, by me, right? For us, by us.
Yeah.
So that was the mentality all along, and that's it. I was sharing my products with my friends. Like I said, like when I received from the lab was like a very small quantity. So for me, and my mindset was, I want a massage therapist.
Okay.
They won't BS me, right?
Yeah,
Like they're like,
that's
okay,
a great idea that you're massaging not clients that might not tell you the
or
truth.
massaging your mom.
Yeah.
Your mom is gonna say like, oh, it's a perfect product.
Yeah, and they're always, no matter what, it's perfect. Whatever.
Yeah. And
So how was it? Were you nervous? Like now you got that sample, right? Those first few samples of now
Yeah.
of the first batch, and now you're gonna test it out on colleagues in a sense.
yeah.
Were you nervous?
No, I wouldn't say that I
No?
was nervous. I think it was more excitement.
It was still exciting.
Yeah, excitement was the feeling that I felt the most out of all of this. Obviously, like there's money involved too, and you want to create something, and I wanted it to be perfect. So
Yeah.
I wanted that feedback and like, okay, I've given you a massage. How does it feel? I also received massages a lot with these products, but I want it to be like pin perfect.
Yeah.
You know? And which I got.
That's amazing.
It took months. It took months.
How long did it take the whole process to finally
It's,
come up with like the final product? Because then there's a whole design and name that we'll talk about. But I mean, like,
Yeah.
how long?
That's
did it
another
take
thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's
That-
always a
that's-
story behind the name.
yeah. And so you see, in June 2024, it's going to be 2 years working on this project.
Wow.
So,
Already 2 years.
yeah, man.
Holy shit, that
Yeah.
passed fast.
It's crazy, huh?
Yeah, because it feels like I remember you talking to me about it like 6 months ago. Let's
Yeah.
say that you were like testing it.
Because the thing is, what took a long time, and I'm happy that it did so, is not only, we were going to talk about it later for sure, but it's not only creating and getting the perfect product. That takes time, right? It's back and forth. That took probably 9 to 10 months. So from my first batch that the lab gave me, sending that back, okay, we need to work on this, and all kinds of small details which are important for me,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
And then after that, it's creation, the marketing team.
Yeah.
So,
It's crazy. There's so many things.
and again, what was so exciting for me is you can go anywhere.
Yeah.
The sky is the limit during that process. So you meet up with the marketing people, and they're like, so what's the name of the product?
Yeah.
So I haven't said before, but like in my Muay Thai days when I was training like 4 or 5 times a week, at one point I decided to travel to Thailand.
Okay, yeah.
And like I went to, it was in Phuket, Chalong. It's a very known gym. It's called Tiger Muay Thai.
Okay.
People from all around the world, like Georges St. Pierre went to Tiger Muay Thai. And when he was active here in Montreal, he actually had trainers from Tiger Muay Thai, Thailand, fly down to Montreal for his private lessons.
Wow.
So
Okay.
back then, they were like the top dogs of Muay Thai. Like if you wanted to train Muay Thai, that
Those are-
was
yeah,
the
that
place.
was
That's
the
like
gym.
11, 12 years ago already, you
Yeah.
know? Time flies by. And So at the beginning with the marketing team, like they know me, they know that I'm into martial arts, I'm full-fledged into Muay Thai, and they're like, we should go with a Thai approach to your company, right? So they're the best at what they do. I'm like, okay, I trust you guys, you know? And so they come out with this crazy brand, beautiful name, like we've, and that's it. It's hours and hours and hours of brainstorming and trying to get to know me, who am I, and how are we gonna brand this product, right? So we came up at the beginning, which I loved it. I loved the idea, but we were supposed to call the brand Sukan, which means warrior in Thai or fighter in Thai. But we live in Quebec, bro. You see where I'm going with this, huh?
Go ahead. Keep going.
So I'm like, once again, I'm with my entourage, whatever. I'm showing them the logo. Logo was cool. It was like much darker. Like it had a vase. It had like a viper like look to it.
Kick-ass shit going on.
Yeah, you know, like I'm a Muay Thai fighter, you know? And so I had some people, and I have friends. I'm so happy. I have friends from all different nationalities, right? And I was showing the product to my friends off of my phone. You're like, do you like this? And they're like, yeah, French people. Oh, yeah, sucin. Sucin. What does it mean? Nobody knows what it means, right? And then people who spoke English are like, yeah, sucan. And then I have some Latino friends, La Zucan, or whatever. They were like, this brand is never going to make it, man. Because nobody pronounces it the same way.
Exactly. I know it sounds like something so stupid, but if not, that's something like in marketing, if someone can't say your name properly, it's either maybe that's the shtick, like that no one can say it properly. So it's like, that's one way, but in general, that doesn't work.
Yeah, that was not
in general, that doesn't work.
That didn't work. So go back to marketing team, whatever. And I'm like, I'm digging the logo. I'm digging like the artistic part, but the name doesn't work, you know? Yeah. And then, how are we going to call this? And I'm like, I don't know. So I'm having dinner with a friend, and this was like during a Montréal à la table, you know? So I'm having dinner with a friend at a restaurant. Like we order a bottle of wine, and at that point, that exact day, I was I was 99% sure that the 3 initial products that we were working on, it was a go. Like we can mass produce these products. Like we have worked like 8-9 months on these products.
We're solid.
I'm pretty sure like I like them. I've worked with them. I love them. So I kind of like present these products to my friend. I'm like, I need your honest opinion. Like, do you think that this would work, you know? And so, like I said, I have the cold cream, the hot cream, and the massage oil. We start. Massage oil smells like menthol. It smells therapeutical. She's like, yeah, I love this product. Put it on. And she moves on to the hot cream. Puts it on her leg. She's like, oh, yeah, it smells amazing, too. And, like,
People at the restaurant,
yeah.
What the fuck is happening over here? I'm having a steak and I'm smelling fucking menthol. What the fuck is happening?
And it really happened.
Lavender. What the fuck is going on?
People were actually looking at us. I'm like, what
and you just see these two guys, oh, fuck.
Yeah, what is this? Like Marie Clarence, whatever products. And then it just happened. She opens up the cold cream product and she smells it and she applies it and she's like, oh my God, this, because the smell of the cold cream has a little bit of a backlash of Vicks, which the product that everybody knows. And she says these words and she's like, this reminds me so much of my grandmother, because when I was a kid, my grandmother used to indulge us in Vicks and put it here, put it underneath the nose, whatever. And man, a thunderstorm from up above. Boom. My Italian grandmother never called me Matthew.
Yeah.
She always called, even my father till this day, Matteo, right? Yeah. And for her, just saying like, this brings me back to my grandmother, the light just went off.
Yeah.
I look at her straight in the eyes. I'm like, okay, I just got this like crazy idea. I'm gonna like I'm gonna bring this. I'm gonna put my family into it. It's gonna have such a personal, like, effect on me, and it represents me, my family, my roots. I'm naming this product Matteo. So bring this back to the marketing team, and they're like, "Yeah, we love it." But the logo that we initially had with the Vipers or whatever, it's like, no,
That's not matching now.
it doesn't match.
But you have a vision though now. And it's such a different vibe when you know that you have this vision.
Yeah.
Like Matteo is the name.
Matteo.
That's amazing. And I love the story behind it.
Thanks.
Dude, fucking, I remember you got me thinking about all the Vicks nights that I had. I was like, oh shit, dude, under the nose.
Well, I got some products for you. I got you hooked up, brother. Like how you'll have the Matteo cold cream. So whenever you have a little sniffle or something, you could just
Dude,
like
but I remember all those nights of fucking bro, drowned in Vicks.
That's what our grandparents did. And that's how we market it too. It's a natural remedy.
Yeah.
Because those were the remedies back then,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
When we were bambinos, man. Like grandmothers used to like hot water with lemon,
All that stuff, yeah.
ginger. Yeah, exactly. So that was all natural remedies. So that's how we branded the Matteo & Co. Brand. It's a natural remedy. It's all natural products. There's no crap in it.
Yeah.
So that's it, man.
So no, the logos, yeah. So you changed it from Viper.
Yeah. So the marketing team, they're like, it doesn't match. And the main person, which I have to give a shout out to her, Laurence, she's a genius. And she does everything by hand.
Okay.
So I remember going to school with her, like in high school. And she was always the girl in the corner.
Artist.
Yeah.
Maybe
She was
artist,
always
yeah.
drawing whatever. So it was natural for me to like go towards her. Like I know her personally. I know her husband personally too. And I'm like, Laurence, you have to come up. Like, I know that you're a genius in what you do. Like, I want you to brand Matteo. And she's like, yeah, Matteo & Co. And then I just saw it in her eyes and in her brain. She's like, she's going somewhere with this, right? And so she's like, yeah, I see you. Because you know me, when I'm working, I'm always dressed in black, right?
Yeah.
I drive a black car. I'm always dressed in black. When I'm a massage therapist, she's like, I have a tiger tattooed on my arm. She's like, but there's already a brand that has a tiger. And I'm like, yeah, we're not going there.
Yeah, I don't know about going to the tiger.
We're not going there.
Yeah.
So there's a product that exists on the market that's similar to yours, but the tiger's already taken, sort of thing. And she's like, how about a Black Panther? Like, Black Panther is like, it's a cool animal. I wanted to go like towards the animal logo. Elegant. The Black Panther's elegant, ferocious at the same time, you know? I'm like, you're the queen. You're the artist behind this. And man, like, obviously we went back and forth. She changed the logo a little bit, but when she sent me the last one, I just fell in love with it.
I was gonna say, what was it? You always know when you see something,
and
you're like, this is the one.
And in the process of creating the products, it was the same thing. Like I would just open up the bottle or whatever, smell it. I'm like, to me it's a little bit off. But let's try it out. Let's test it out. And I kind of have this first like gut feeling. Can we call it a gut feeling?
100%. You know it. And then. Well, continue. I'll let you continue how that feeling was. But I completely understand what you're saying.
So she sends me a few skits. We go back and forth, like a few design logos. And so we go back and forth. And like, at one point, she calls me and she's like, she speaks in French. I know exactly what you have in mind for this logo, the brand. And at this point, don't forget, like, the product is created.
Yeah.
I have bottles of these products.
Now you're waiting for the fucking cover.
I just need to put the sticker on it,
man.
you know?
How long did it take?
Then again, like it was a few months, but Laurence, she worked really, really good, and she got personally involved with the project, and she had a few projects on the side too, and she's like, I don't care, man, if I have to work overtime, like I know where we're standing with this product, and I know how excited you are to just bring it out and bring it out to the world and have people discover your product. So she worked hard, man.
That's cool.
And
it's good when you have a team like that, when a team that gives a fuck
Yeah.
it changes everything. Like there's the people you hire, you pay, and I get it.
Yeah.
But then there's a difference when there's that element of that extra sweat that someone is willing to put in for the project because they believe in the project. I remember that was kind of like Chris, my buddy, that
Yeah.
works with me on the project for the podcast.
Yeah.
And he said he wanted to be part of it, and then he's like, he's part of it. Like, dude, like this show would not be able to run anymore without him. Like, he's a vital part of
Yeah.
the show. And when you see that, and there's no money. Like right now, there's no money. Like we're just doing this, and you see there's the sweat in there.
Yeah.
Fuck, you
The
have
grit.
the grit. You want to do it. Like we tell each other every week we have to release an episode. That's our deal to each other,
Yeah.
no matter what.
And now season 2.
Yeah, dude. So
Congrats,
that's why
huh? By the way, congrats.
thank you.
I told you the other day, but I have this nighttime routine now where I told you, huh? I bought myself a sauna, and pretty much every night, I'd say like 4 to 5 times a week, like I finish work, I do my thing, start up that sauna, and I'm just like relaxing in there, and I have your angelic voice playing. I listen. I think about Stef every day.
You're like, I'm listening. I'm thinking about you right now. But dude, but you're right. When you have someone in a team,
Yeah.
that the team is really fucking together.
Yeah.
Like, and they really start. It's kind of becomes like symbiotic, where you kind of even start thinking the same, and you can tell that this person's like, you're gonna like this. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's
Like
such a great
everybody's
feeling.
going the same direction.
Oh man, it's
Yeah.
such a great feeling. Anyway, so Laurence comes in, and now she finally has this logo that
She
it
just
knocks-
calls me, and she's like I know exactly what you want. Like I had it in my head, and she's like, I'm not gonna send it to you via email or text message, whatever. Come to my place.
No, old
But
school. Get your
old school.
ass here.
Get your ass here, because at the same time, she's the one doing the website.
Okay.
So she's like, I have like skits or whatever. Like I have like prompts. I know where I'm going with the website, and she's like, the logo is perfect, and I personally know that you're gonna dig it and love it. I want to present it to you. Like I want to show you like a little mock-up of the
That's
website.
awesome.
Whatever.
She went old school Mad Men style.
Yeah, loved it, man.
I love it. That's amazing.
That's just who she is, man.
Not an email with some fucking PDF. It's like, come in. I'm
Yeah,
going to show it to you. I'm
come.
gonna give you
Let's
the
have a cup
story.
of coffee together.
Yeah.
Like I'll open my laptop. I will present to you what I've been working on, and the logo. Like it's all handmade.
That's amazing.
Yeah, she designed it by hand, and then what she does, transferred it to the computer, and that's it. And then from there, she has her vision board, right? And she goes, okay, I see this, I see this. There's a few different logos. So there's this logo. There's the Black Panther. There's eventually, and she's like months in advance, and she's like, not only is this product gonna be your product, but it's a brand now.
Yeah.
We're gonna have T-shirts. We're gonna have tubes. We're gonna have gym towels. We're gonna have hoodies. We're gonna have like,
Yeah.
so everything has to be amazing.
Yeah.
So people like the
It's a
brand.
consistency where they,
Yeah.
like from the towel to the shirt to the hoodie.
Yeah.
When they start recognizing that it's not just a product anymore, it's a product that's associated with a vibe, with a brand behind it too, and a certain mentality or mission, if anything.
Yeah.
When you have that and then it's consistent with everything, it's hard for someone not to notice.
Yeah, and that's where we are right now.
That's amazing.
That's it. We had all the merch done, the gym towels. I currently have a team of 5 athletes that are sponsored, and they're repping the brand too. We're trying to be not necessarily super active on social media, but post at least like once or twice a week. We just want the logo to be known. And so that's where we are right now. Official launch is gonna come somewhere probably in June, and currently working on a 4th product. Initially I saw only 3 products, but for some crazy reason, a lot of my women clientele, they're all pregnant, bro.
Everyone's getting pregnant at the same time.
We're in that like 30 to 35 to 30 to 40-year-old range of a lot of my clientele, and they're like, and all of my products have essential oils in them, and you cannot use essential oils on pregnant women or breastfeeding or whatever. So
That makes sense then, dude.
I was ready to do the official launch like 6 months ago. But then I'm like, if I'm going to have a brand of products for massage therapists, I have to be there for everybody.
Yeah.
I need you as a massage therapist to be able to buy the whole brand and just be there for your whole clientele.
How were you when, like, at this point, you're at the end? You, in a sense, like, you're ready to fucking unleash this Black Panther to the world, right? And then all of a sudden you find out, like, fuck, I didn't think of that. Like, maybe
Yeah,
I need.
I'm missing something.
I'm missing something. And
I'm
now
missing something.
And now you're holding back again.
And
How are you feeling about that whole, like?
pissed off.
I can imagine,
Pissed off, bro. You know why? Because I don't know, these women in my clientele, which I've been working it for years, like, hey Matthew, I'm pregnant. Congratulations, I'm very happy for you. But then the part that pissed me off, Steph, was like, I still have to go to the massage store to buy products for them, which is like a neutral based oil with no essential oils. And I'm like, this is not, I can't.
Yeah, now that you've tasted that
I have my brand.
Yeah, it's tough.
And now I have to do business with another brand in order to have all of my clients satisfied with my massage.
Yeah.
Pull the brakes, man. Like, no. So went back to the lab, start talking with these guys. I'm currently working. We're very close to having the final product. So that's why I say, like, official launch will be, I'm hoping June.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I felt, man. I'm like,
it's only normal, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you're about to. It's like, think about it in a sense of, like, the marathon that you're training for right now.
Yeah.
You're about to take off.
yeah.
You're at the fucking line.
Yeah.
The race is about to start, and they're like, oh, by the way, this thing happened, and you're like, oh man, I gotta wait another fucking 4 weeks to take off on this race.
Yeah.
Or whatever the story is.
Everything is done. Like,
everything, I'm ready. And you're so
everything-
excited too.
Yeah. Everything that I initially planned on doing, and I'm like, okay, I accomplished everything, right? I have the products, I have the name, I have the logo, like. But then again, at the end of this, you're missing a product for pregnant women or sensitive skin or whatever. Like, I don't know how we're gonna market this new product, but it's gonna somewhere gravitate along that line.
How did you cope with that and not, like? Because for a lot of people, like, when they're so close to something, and then something happens. Either there's a fuck up, something fails, someone bails on them. You find out about a kind of a missing link to the puzzle. Emotionally, like, feeling wise, what were those thoughts?
I think it was a mix of emotions.
Yeah.
Because you're, like you said, you're there, right? But then again, for us, by us. Mm-hmm. That was always the motto. So I'm like, okay, I have to tone it down. Like I said, pull on the brakes a little bit. As much as I am excited of what I already created, we've been working on this product for 1.5 years, like, getting everything done, but I'm missing something.
Yeah.
So the model, the thinking behind the whole brand since day one was to offer massage therapists a full line of organic, 100% natural products that they could
take to any client.
Anybody that shows up to your door or to your massage studio, whatever, I have the product that I could use on your body, which is not harmful. And so that's it. So I was a little bit pissed off, but then again, I'm like, okay, focus, regroup.
No.
There's a missing link. There's something missing in your brand, and you have all the contacts to create it.
Yeah.
So
it's just getting back to it, right?
Yeah.
It's
pick up the phone and then the excitement came back.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was a little bit off at the beginning. I'm like, man, like, I've been working on this for 1.5 years and it's still not where I want it to be. Like, I'm missing this product. But going back with the lab, working back with Kellyanne, I'm like, okay. And she's like, yeah, you're right. The team is all behind it. And then Laurent, she's like, okay, since we're going for maybe a little bit more, like, she starts brainstorming, okay, we're going to have different colors. And I'm like, okay, cool, man. I want to create the best product for pregnant women. Or you can use, like, vitamin E for the belly, the stretch marks. And so now, like, I'm going through all of the details of what I need in this product for them, right? So excitement came back. It is still there. Currently working on it, and it's cool. it's gonna be a very cool product.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm super excited for you. But I always wonder because, I think of myself in certain projects where you just get to a point where you're exhausted and you're almost like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, you get that emotion.
I was
Where,
gonna say,
yeah.
did you experience that? And what was it that kind of made you feel that if you did?
I did feel it. I did feel it this winter. Like we've known each other for years now, and my regular go-to lifestyle is to travel in
Yeah.
February, and creating that new product kind of like embarked over my vacation time. I'm like, okay, since I'm going back and forth with the lab, and I'm the man behind the product.
Yeah. You
So
cannot not be here.
I can't say like, okay, Steph, while I'm gone to freaking Thailand or whatever, test these products.
Yeah.
Those are not your products. So those are my products. So I did get this like little winter blues probably
Yeah.
this winter.
Oh, yeah.
But you always have this end goal in mind. You have to push through it. Tired. It gets dark at 4 o'clock in the winter here in Montreal. It's
fucking
just
depressing.
everybody's just like droopy. We're like see-through color. We can almost go through walls. We have no color. It's already a tough
Time of the
season
year, yeah.
time to deal with, and I had to like hustle a lot during that period for the new product. So at that point, I remember waking up some mornings and I was like, "Oh man, I don't think I can." Like,
Yeah. You're
I don't-
drained.
yeah, you're drained. Just dealing with text messages,
And then it always
Instagram messages, Facebook messages, and,
dude.
overwhelming sometimes.
I was about to say, is it not that like, when you're in that period where all of a sudden, there's the hold on the line, right? So there's the new product that's to come out. It's winter. It's not happening on the vacation.
Yeah.
All messages are coming in. They tend to be all fucking shit messages too at the same time. It's like there's a problem and a delay for this. There's all that. And sometimes you just like, I know, and it's happened to me. I was thinking from like a personal side of it, is you're just like, I don't even know how to say it in English. Like, it's like, what the fuck did I do this for? Like, why did why? I got into this mess. Like,
I had a great business just doing
Yeah,
massages.
yeah,
right?
everything
I was traveling 1 month out of the year, 6 weeks out of the
Yeah, yeah.
year.
Well,
Like,
you become
I
ultimate-
had a great life.
you become a fucking bitch. Like, I can't think of it, and I know, like, I can't say, and I don't mean in a condensation or on a certain sect. You just bitch about everything now.
Yeah,
Like, everything
I hear
is
you, man. I
fucking
went
bothering
through
you.
that.
Dude. Like, I still at times I'm getting better with getting out of that as fast as possible.
Yeah.
What helped you get out of being a bitch at a certain point?
Muay Thai and yoga.
Yeah, you went back to basics.
Yeah, that's like I know what makes me feel good. I know where my mind is kind of like off of everything. When I'm training Muay Thai or if I'm in the yoga studio, emotions and like everything that's like the business wise is out of that room.
Yeah.
So I knew at that point, I'm like, okay, it's February. Everybody's broke, first of all, from Christmas holidays. I'm like, instead of working 5-6 days a week, I'm going to work 3-4 days a week. I have to be here.
Yeah.
I have to be here for the product line. I'm going to massage a little bit less, train more. And I felt like that was the best thing to help me cope with those winter blues that I was feeling. And like you said, man, you receive all kinds of delayed whatever on the delivery, the this and the that, and you're like every single text message that you receive is like,
Fuck, kill me. It's funny, you're like, Jesus Christ, if I open another email, why is it every email's a fucking, there's not even good feeling out of it at a certain point. But I also feel like it's our perception in that moment.
because
Everything is just a fucking lift.
And
Everything
that's it.
feels like a lift.
and I remember like waking up pretty much every morning. I'm like, why the hell am I not in Thailand? Why the hell am I not in Ecuador? Why the hell am I not in whatever, Costa Rica, wherever? And you're like, all right, you have bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
That was kind of like my go-to every morning. Like, okay, man, you've embarked on this journey. You're already almost a year and a half, 2 years in. You've invested time, energy, cash in this. Now just like get it done.
Yeah.
Get it done. Just
You have to cross, like, it's almost like you have to turn off. I feel like in those moments, the emotions get such a big. You start forgetting reality. It
Right.
feels like you start forgetting all the reality that was associated to the whole project for so long, and the emotions get so overwhelming that you just don't even make sense anymore. Like I don't know. That's how I am. Like you don't make sense. Like you're angry about these things that you shouldn't be that angry
Everything
about.
gets on your nerve.
Everything, bro.
Everything.
Everything.
But I think it also has to be because we live in Montreal, man. It's the winter.
The winter, yeah. The winter
It's
is
cold.
It's not helpful.
It's cold. It's dark. We had such a gray winter as well. It didn't get that cold. We had like
Yeah,
a
out of
suck-
winters, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
But it still
and I
sucks.
kept repeating myself too, like during that period, like you have the best winter to stay here.
Yeah.
'Cause
If
we-
you had to stay here, at least it's one of the better ones.
yeah, like it's not minus
But
40.
it still fucking sucks, dude. I don't care what anybody says.
I know.
Like people like winter. I'm like fuck winter.
Yeah.
But it's that idea of like I hear you, man. Like and when those I find it so tough to remember, and the fact that you went back to basics, where you're like, I know that when I do Muay Thai, and I do fucking what was it, boxing and Muay Thai,
Boxing, Muay Thai.
you know, and yoga, and all that stuff, that I can be in my good spot. Like it's so helpful to know what
Yeah.
those go-tos are
Yeah.
in that moment, because I sometimes I forget too of what are my go-tos, and running actually, you know, I was talking about earlier.
Right.
I haven't been running much. Like I started rerunning, like getting back
Back
into
into
running.
shape. You were telling Taekwondo.
Yeah,
a little
Taekwondo.
bit.
Like because I feel like there was a disconnect of my body
Right.
from my mind. And you know, there was so much training that happened for the marathon and all
Yeah.
that stuff that I
It's
got
so intense, huh?
I got so exhausted and like turned off from like
and-
exercise a bit.
And tell me if because I do have like training boxing and Muay Thai and what we call like a training camp
Yeah.
when you're that close to a fight, you kind of like go tunnel vision. Like,
Yeah.
did you go through that too? Or am I like the crazy one? Like
no.
now I'm 7.5 weeks away from the day I'm being on the starting line from the marathon, and that's how you become, right?
Well,
you're like,
to be honest,
okay, I'm not gonna go out. I'm not gonna eat this. I'm not. It's not what you, right?
Oh yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Yeah. We're going.
Okay, you start becoming obsessed with
Yeah.
everything, with the food you eat, the sleep.
Yeah.
Like I was not going out anymore Friday, Saturdays at all.
Of course,
I
because
was Sunday was the long run.
Exactly.
Sunday was
We all
my-
have the
my
same-
30-kilometer
We all have
run.
the same regime. You're like,
Dude, and I was
if I
getting
go
up-
out for drinks on Saturday, I'm done.
Oh, no, I'm not even going out for drinks.
Of course,
I'm not
I
even going
can't.
out of the house. I would literally, I'm not joking. The Saturday, I would go for like a small run, getting prepped for the Sunday. I would have all my stuff ready for before leaving. Like everything was prepped in the morning. So it was like my brain didn't have to think. I had to just get my ass up at 6 a.m.,
Yeah.
go downstairs. All my clothes are ready.
Yeah.
The food was ready. All the snacks I needed for the long runs. I already had my shit ready for when it was coming back. So like it was like everything was so organized.
Yeah.
And then I find this is what happened to me, and I read that this happens to a lot of people too. A few weeks before the race, you start getting bored.
I've been doing it too much.
Yeah, you start all of a sudden, and you're like, "Fuck."
That's where you have to stay dedicated. Right?
There's a breaking point of like runs just become boring, like because you're hitting points where you're always like excited, right? You're going from 10 kilometers to 12, and then to 12 to 15, 15 to 21. Like fuck, I just ran the half marathon, and now you know you're just waiting for the 42. Because I found for me, and I don't know how you feel, but I didn't want to run 42 before
Nope.
race day.
I'm not
I don't
gonna-
want to. I didn't want to reach 42. I wanted to achieve that on the day.
Me too. I'm the same. I'm planning on making it to 36 or 37
Yeah.
during the training camp. Let's call it the training camp.
And the last 5K, I'm saving it for that fucking day. Dude.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm like, the first time I'm gonna run a marathon, a full marathon,
I want that fucking feeling.
I want to hold that belt. Not the belt.
When you go, dude, you have this mental feeling like,
Yeah.
I
I want to have that medal. Like the first time I'm gonna go through that finish line, I'm getting that medal.
Yeah.
And like you said before, like I don't know if I'm gonna do it again. I'm not there yet, anyways.
Yeah, like
But and what I'm noticing now too, it's time consuming.
oh, it's a real like it feels like a part-time job at one point.
Yeah.
But it's weird because we're making it sound like it's terrible, but you're so excited for it that you stop kind of like making sense on certain things, like not in a bad way. It's like, you know, when you love doing something, you work the extra hours, you don't realize it's 2 o'clock in the morning, like when you're putting together the product line. Right?
Tell me about it.
Yeah, dude,
putting stickers like once
the
everything
podcast,
was,
bro. The podcast. Sometimes I'm working till 3 o'clock in the morning. I was working just trying to organize a reel, because at the beginning I was like, you want to work on it so much, and now you have a good system in place where you don't need to do that. But it's this idea of an obsession. Yeah. You become so obsessed, but that's a good thing I find too. It's like you need to be obsessed about it, but then there becomes a point where it becomes exhausting. And I found towards the end of the training, if I can, like, one piece of advice is try not to get exhausted with the idea of the marathon.
Right.
Like, if I wish somebody would have told me that, because when it hit like 4 weeks before, I just started getting exhausted of even thinking about this fucking thing. Yeah. It's like, I don't, like,
fuck, I have to wake up at 7 o'clock on a
I'm
Sunday.
already at 30 something. Like, I can make the 42. Like,
and the thing is, you know how it is. Like, I started like months ago, and you're like, okay, I'm running the 5K. I can run 5K in 30 minutes, 35 minutes. I get it done. It's easy, I ran a half marathon last weekend, and you're like, yo, man, this is like 2 hours and 2 hours and a half.
It's real
of my
time.
Sunday, Like, I could have stayed in. I don't want to stay in bed because I'm training, but you kind of like notice, okay, the more I'm approaching to the race, the more that I'm losing my whole Sunday. Or
your Sunday's gone. Like, you're gonna start, and you're gonna see, like, I started accepting that my Sunday was a run day. It wasn't Sunday anymore. It was run day.
It's not called Sunday anymore.
It's fuck Sunday, bro. It's a run day, because you're getting up, and especially when you cross a certain line of kilometers, you even feel exhausted, right?
Yeah.
So you're kind of spent for the day. You want to just like hang back after the shower, relax, maybe see a few people, but it's a chill
hop in
day.
the sauna and listen to Stef.
Exactly. Like my angelic voice, But it's that idea where all of these things. But I'm telling you, I know I'm making it sound like shit the last few weeks, but there's a feeling that you're gonna get when you cross that line, man. Like, honestly, you do yoga and all that shit. Same, like, I like meditating. I like doing all that stuff.
Right.
Try to. I found this was a great experience. Is prior to the race, really close to the race. I did it the night before the race.
Okay.
Is like I just sat back. I meditated like really hard. Like, not in a like I forced myself. I just like go into this deep like meditation.
Right.
And I was just like, I really visualized the feelings that I'm going to feel through the race.
Crossing that line?
Crossing the line, but also the hard times. Like, because I don't know if you're running the actual course, if you've ever ran the course.
Actually, no, because I'm running in Ottawa.
That's true.
I'm not running the Montreal marathon. So I've done the half marathon in Montreal. Last summer we did 10K. So I know my city, right? Yeah. But it's going to be, that's it. It's going to be in Ottawa.
I would tell you, just try this one weekend. Advice, suggestion, do whatever the fuck you want, okay? Go to Ottawa and run like the last 10K.
Okay.
Of that run.
Okay.
Look at what that finish line is going to look like. The location.
Yeah.
Right? And then remember that. Remember that this is the place you're going to cross the finish line. And remember, and tell yourself, I wonder how I'm going to feel when I fucking do that whole trail.
When you get there.
Because now you know what it looks like.
Yeah.
You know what it looks like. So all of a sudden you get excited that, because you're going to, like, I remember when I was running down St. Joseph and then coming to Rosemount or whatever for the end of the race, I knew fucking the Olympic Stadium is coming up.
Yeah. That's the end of the race.
Keep going.
Yeah.
You don't stop now, right? So that element of seeing it, knowing the location, I found, if you can, I would say just go one weekend to Ottawa and run like the last 10K of the 42.
Great idea.
And just have that and then sit with it at home before you go to the marathon, and just fucking tell yourself, like, I know what it looks like, and I can't wait to cross that finish line. I can't wait to see it.
Actually, my birthday this year, April 14th, is on a run day, right?
It's a run day. Exactly.
So
go to fucking Saturday night, go sleep in Ottawa, wake up in the morning.
I think that's exactly what I'm going to do, man. I'm just going to, like you said, I wasn't planning on partying anyways, right? Like now my focus is on the run. So I'm going to go spend like a weekend in Ottawa and do the last 10, 12.
You know what I think was helpful is, I'd say the Saturday, if you go to Saturday, go do the first 10K of what the race is, so you can see what you're going to feel like when you're going to take off. And do the last on the Sunday, and then drive home.
And the rest is just meditation, right?
The rest is like
that half marathon in between.
Yeah, like in there, there's so many ups and downs that are going to happen anyways.
Yeah.
but you just want to know what that feeling is at the beginning and at the end to remind you. I feel is super important in the marathon because in the middle it honestly gets a bit hazy. Like you won't remember kilometer 22 to 29. You're not gonna remember those. Like it's just get fucking through them. I want to get to 30.
Yeah.
Because 30 feels like you're on the last part of it.
Right.
But that 21 to 32, I'd say, to be honest, those 10 kilometers, like it's hard to stay focused. I found for me it was like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, because you kind of drift off a bit. Like you're in this run.
I was gonna say, like, to me, it becomes almost like meditation.
Yeah,
even during the half marathon, like as of 17 to 21, you're kind of like in this zone where
you drift. You just drift.
You're looking forward and you're running, your legs keep going, and I kind of feel like I could have ran another 10K.
Yeah.
You know, like I think I could have made it to 30 or like 28 easily. Kind of that's how I function. I call it my meditation time.
Yeah,
like,
it's like it's a runner high.
The
like
first
kind of
5K to me are a
suck,
bitch.
They always suck. It doesn't matter how much you run, dude. The first 5K fucking sucks. That first half an hour, 20 minutes to 30 minutes,
Then
it
when
just your body gets into motion. But I find if we go back to obviously because I don't went into a bit of a marathon. But if we go back to like the way you got to that point with the company and there was that pause, I'd say if I compare it to the marathon, that's where you're going to hit like that wall.
Okay.
You know, and so it feels like you had hit that wall, but then you ended up overcoming that wall with the company.
Yeah.
And now it's finally getting
And transform it into something positive.
Yeah.
You're like, okay. Because I don't want to call it a tryout, but it's a brand new brand, right?
No.
And I'm discovering myself a lot as well. Like I feel like I've grown.
Yeah, I was about to say that's
I've grown with the company, you know.
Yeah.
I've matured with the company and dealing with different people. I think it's like it's easy to always, and same with you with the podcast, man. It's easy to stay in a position where you're comfortable and just say like, okay, man, I make money. Like I'm having a good living. Then you kind of like inflict yourself something new.
Yeah.
You challenge yourself. I think like naturally I've just grown as a human being.
Yeah.
And I've put a lot of love into this brand too. And that's it. You kind of like, I don't want to call it too like negative or a hit or a miss or whatever, but you kind of realize a lot of different things as you go along with building the brand.
Yeah, they're lessons. Like
exactly.
you don't know what you don't know. Like so sometimes I remember I would think to myself too, like with anything that I would start, it's oh man, had I known. But you don't. So move on. Now you know.
Yeah.
And now you actually grew. And now you grew from it. Like you had said, like you feel you get mature on it. You're like, okay, this is what it's like to start a brand.
Yeah.
This is what it's like to create a product. This is what it's like to fucking really take a business.
Takes.
Yeah, like to start this. And the mindset of it, it's an endurance thing. It's a marathon. Like honestly, it really is. Like it's because it's not a sprint. It's not going to end. You know, because you made the product, boom, you're successful. It's like this is a marathon. No. Now you just started the race.
Yeah,
like
I'm still in my first 5K now.
I'm still in the first 10K, but it's like this is kind of like the exciting part when you're training on the running, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like this is the part where we're finally going to take the idea and put it into something real. Get real feedback, see what's going on, and then take it from there. Like now we have a brand we're gonna really play with, you know.
Exactly.
So how excited are you for June?
Very excited. A little bit nervous too, because it's like I said, it's a lot of time, a lot of energy invested, and so I'm kind of like trying to plan out because I have a date in mind, but I don't have nothing else. Like, am I gonna do it at a restaurant? Am I gonna do it at a gym? How is
the event?
How is gonna be the official launch? You know. So far, I'm so thankful though. Obviously, I've been selling the product for the past months, and sales have been through the roof.
That's amazing. Congrats, man.
Thanks, man. And I kind of have like this bird's view vision of myself, like you mentioned before, like in a brand new product, I'm still the one putting the stickers on the bottles, right? So I drive a Honda Civic. My car was full of boxes. I bring that back home, put that in the garage, and I'm like, receive all those stickers from the printer. And dude, I think I laid out stickers on these bottles till like 4:30 in the morning, right? That was my first order.
Dude, how good did you feel on that first order?
I'm just looking at this and all of these boxes. I remember telling myself, if you can distribute this because I still, to this day, I have no website. So it's just me talking about the product.
Yeah.
It's me like just selling the
Yeah,
product.
it's you, man. It's all you.
It's me. The product has my name, right?
Yeah.
And I remember telling myself, if I can sell this product, and obviously like I have a few people that I'm working with, and including you're gonna get the free products today. You know, like I've been giving out the
Hey,
products.
man, I didn't ask for this.
I don't
You're just
know.
offering.
It's from me to you, bro. From me to you. And so I wanted massage therapists to work with it, like try this out, whatever. So I had told myself with the initial order, if I can empty this garage out
Oh, man.
of all of these boxes in 6 months, that was my number. In 6 months, I'll be very proud of myself.
Yeah.
3 weeks and a half later, I was doubling the order.
No way.
That
That's fucking amazing. I'm so happy, man.
And that was just, as I said, from word of mouth. People, I have such a great entourage. People that are by me, that they're behind the brand too. They're wearing the t-shirts, they're wearing the hoodies, they're promoting it. Family members, my clients. Because remind yourself, it's easy for me to also, and I do get it at the beginning. People wanna support you as much as they can. Right,
Yeah, but that's a great thing.
That's
I think
normal.
People did you kind of like at the beginning? You're like, is it real? You kind of have this like weird vibe of like imposter syndrome.
Of course, you have to go through it.
Dude. But you need your friends and your family to support you at the beginning. Like this is everything. Like that's like life. Your friends and your family support you.
Yeah.
And then from there you meet the strangers and they become clients and it builds. But if your friends and family don't help you, the fuck, dude? Like, no, but I'm being honest. Like, what the fuck?
100%.
You need that at the beginning. That is the base of giving you the belief, even too. Like, it's all a combo together, man.
And once again, I'm the best person to sell these products. First of all, like I know everything that's in the product. I've worked with them for so long, like creating them. And then people come over to my place, and I have like this dispensary of massage products, and I work with them like all day, every day. Like I'll give everybody a massage with my products.
Oh, yeah.
And people, like I said, my clientele, I've been in the game for 20 years. A lot of my clientele, I've been massaging 10 years and over, right? Yeah. And they're like, all right, man, I want to encourage you. I want to encourage the brand. So give me one of this, give me one of that, give me one of this, give me one of that. And bro, I was shooken up. I'm like, I can't believe.
It must be a great feeling.
I can't believe, man. I had given myself like 6 months. Like realistically speaking, I'm like, 6 months, I'll be more than happy. You know? Yeah. Bro, not even a month. Not even a month. I'm like, sick. I'm gonna sell out. And then Laurence, she's like, all right, now it's time to print those t-shirts. Now it's time to do that. I'm like, I'm just dealing with everything. That's amazing, man. The Dukes, the this, the that, the gym towels. I'm like, oh my God, like how overwhelming, but it's beautiful. Dude. An amazing feeling. And then from there, I was like able to say like, cool. So I had the little mishap with then like, bro, I'm missing a product. There's this type of clientele that I cannot massage with my products. But knowing that the brand was already going very well, I was able to also take a step back at that moment and say like, okay, the products that I do have,
they're doing well.
They're doing very well. So I'm able to reinvest a little bit of this cash into the creation of the new product, you know, because I could have stuck with these products in my garage.
You could say, fuck it, I'm not in a, But you want it to be a full line. That's what kind of makes it cool too. Is you had a vision, and it was just that there was a part of the vision you just didn't think of. It wasn't that you didn't want to do it. It was you would have done it at the beginning had you thought of it. Yeah. It was just that fuck, I didn't think of that. You know. Of course. But you would have. Thank God you were doing the other products, because you would have never been able to realize this product. Yeah. Without doing those first three.
Of course.
You know. But you know what? You know what you made me think about? A friend of mine. He started a company years ago. Okay, and he had told me a story that I love this story. Okay. And at one point, the business, he had this like test kit or whatever. Okay. You know? And he used to go around to businesses to get people to buy the products and all that stuff. And at one point, even business was like getting so tight that he didn't even know if he had enough gas to get to the appointment. Oh, he was getting to that point, right? And he had this fucking like I guess sales kit in a sense of the products.
Like a marketing speech.
Yeah, like, his marketing, this is all the products, right?
This is what you need, right?
Yeah, these are which ones do you want, right? And what's crazy about it is that his business ended up doing super well. Like in the
Good
last
for
decade.
him,
Crazy.
man. Good
Like,
for him.
but in his office, he has that marketing thing still.
Of
He
course.
has that first one there of like when you look at it, it's so basic, right?
Yeah.
It's so crazy how basic it is compared to the what he's been able to accomplish in the last decade.
Yeah.
Absolute insane. Like I won't go into the detail because that's his personal stuff.
Yeah.
But it's amazing of like what he's become as a business owner, just as all these things. But he still has that first kit.
Well,
And he goes, sometimes I look at it to remember like how it started, like where the idea started. He goes, then that he would have never imagined where things are today. Like looking back at that thing, like it was so like clear the vision. And he goes, but the vision expands.
Yeah.
Like as you keep doing it and you're learning more and you're realizing there's all these things. He's like, the vision grew, but I always keep that to remind myself that no matter how big it was, like where I came from, like where this business came from, and like what I was. So I was gonna say, like, you know, that I can imagine that feeling of putting the stickers on and all that stuff. Like
similar.
Man, keep a few of those original bottles.
Well, listen, I was going there. Similar to your friend. So I had received, of course, boxes, and all of the hot creams were in the same box, right? Yeah. The cold creams were in the same box. The massage oils were in the same box. And once again, like I see myself in the garage, and with all these stickers, like like sheets of stickers.
Yeah, take a sick picture of that, dude. All the boxes and just be in the middle.
I do have a picture.
You have to. I was gonna say, dude, you have to have that picture.
Like once everything was done, like I took a picture and I have it in my phone. But I don't know why. Right then and there, when I started installing the stickers, I opened the box of cold cream, I opened the box of hot cream, and I opened the box of massage oil. And I told myself, I'm going to do the first sticker on the hot cream, second sticker on the cold cream, and the third sticker that I'm ever going to install is on the massage oil. And these will be my working tools. Because I also sell the products in 4 gallons, 4-liter gallons. So I'm able to always fill up. So the bottles that I have right now that I'm working day and night with are the first 3 bottles that I put the labels on.
So those are always, you refill those same bottles.
I always refill.
That's amazing.
And you know, like first order, like it changes a little bit, right? We had to change the logo a little. Well, not the logo. The logo is the same, but some things that were written on the first bottles that we had to take off. We had to it's
a work in progress.
It's a work in progress. So some information that we had to add because the hot cream, if you stick it in your eyes, it's like sticking Tabasco. Right?
Yeah, but it's crazy. Like you have to write these things. So you get some fucking clowns out there that would do something like that.
Well, it is what it is, and that's all also the learning process, right? Yeah. And so, but all that to say, and like further down the line too, the pumps changed. We had a little problem with the pumps. The tubes inside were too long, so whatever. Like it's all small, minor details, but you have to deal with them, right? Yeah. But the first 3 stickers that I installed on these bottles are the bottles that I'm working with still to this day. And I think I don't know if it's an entrepreneur thing, but you always have to remember where you're from.
Yeah. I think that's with anything, to be honest. Yeah. You know, look at the name of the company. Yeah. You know, you went back to remembering where you're from. You're like who. There's an element of that for me, as I'm getting older, I'm realizing that knowing where you're from and remembering that, and not like living back in the past, but not forgetting your past. And kind of like it's part of you. Cool. Yeah. Move forward now. Like you take that and move it forward. I feel like it resonates more and more as you get older, where you realize, no, it's not about being cool. It's about being me. And it's about original. Yeah. I have to just be true to myself. Everything else will fucking work itself out somehow.
I do agree.
Yeah. Well, so, dude, how do you want to end this? What do you want people to know?
Official launch is going to be somewhere in June. We don't have the official date yet. But anybody that's into massage therapy or wants to, it's not only for massage therapy. Actually, we compete with the big brands. It's for athletes, anybody that has pain anywhere, shoulders, lower back, legs. I do have a specific cream for you for the injuries. And that's it, man. I just want to see the brand evolve, grow. And once again, I have my name behind it. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of the team that I built. And now I'm able to come here with you, Stef, and talk about it today and just promote it as much as I can, and I see a bright future with this brand. And once again, it's the FUBU mentality. Either it's you're not a massage therapist, I know, but it's a product that you can use for you and your family here, and without all of the toxic waste that's in the products selling in les dépanneurs and the pharmacies and whatever, the big corporations, man.
No, man, this is great. I'm so happy for you, and I'm happy that I also got to know the story a little more too, because I didn't know that.
Right.
I didn't know everything behind it. I didn't know much about like the skateboarding, all that stuff. So it feels like I got to know a friend at a level that's even better.
At another level.
You know. So this is awesome. I'm really happy for you, Matt. I'm happy for what you've learned over it. I'm happy about the journey that you're taking. I'm happy about like the release, the 3 weeks instead of 6 months. Like those are fucking great moments.
Yeah.
Even all the things you take on, like the marathon, like doing all these things. It's for me, like seeing it at times it reminds me, like I think of you and I'm like, fuck. Okay, let's go, man. Let's go. Matt would fucking come on. Let's do this. Let's go.
Matt would kick my ass
and I get the fuck up and do it. You know, stop being a bitch. You know. So, dude, I just want to wish you only success. I mean,
thank you very much. Means a lot, Stef.
All the best, man. So I'm super happy for you, man, and congratulations. And I'm looking forward to seeing how this progresses too, and follow along, man. So
of course you will, man.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, now I'm only in my first like 10K of the marathon, so it's the first 10K has been so great, and I'm at some point overwhelmed a little bit and like trying to adjust to everything, but it's such a great feeling. Like it's an amazing feeling, and it's hard work. I have to admit, it's hard work, same as your podcast, man. But once you're dedicated, you love what you do, it's progress after that, man.
That's amazing.
We're making it right over the stratosphere, brother.
That's amazing. Well, that's
yes,
it.
Sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
That was awesome.
Oh man, that was crazy.
Awesome, man.
Bro.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for checking out the show. It's been awesome working on this project. And if you like it, tell a friend. And if you want to support the show, you can by 1, subscribing and liking our YouTube channel at the DMW Podcast. 2, you can go to our website and sign up to our mailing list at the dmwpodcast.com. And 3, you can follow us on Instagram at the DMW Podcast. Thanks again for all of your support. My name is Stef, and this is the Dead Man Walking Podcast.